Stadium in Minneapolis. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Play action. It's Herbert. And his first look is incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Here's Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. Finds Johnston. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 2nd and 6 from the 10. Herbert throwing again. And he's got it. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. Edwards will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
Well, just about an ideal start to this one offensively, because on the road, you want to make sure you quiet the home crowd early. And how do they do it? Nice march to start things off. Let the run game find its footing early. That drive certainly checked a lot of boxes, and they finished it off with a touchdown run.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. On first down, Darnold. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Darnold now to throw. He lets one go deep for Addison. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. They need 18 yards here on third down. Under pressure, they got him again. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on third down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Flush to his right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert back to the air. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3rd and 3. Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got another one to Johnston. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Again, Herbert. Open man right side is Shark. And out of bounds right around the 20. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Back to throw here, Herbert. Pass hauled in by Johnston. Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3. And I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They run with Jones on 1st down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
That's over the middle. He finds Naylor. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sam Darnold, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
To try here for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And he returns this to the 22. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Herbert. Open man, it's Palmer. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Oh, the return is Powell. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And
a fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A gain of 32 that time. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Justin Jefferson,
42 yards.
And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Chargers offense back onto the field. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
Short throw to Disley. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Here's Powell on the return. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Faking the give, Darnold eluding the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Dancing to his left. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second and 7. Up the middle, Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Darnold buying time to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. Now, this was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side-eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Herbert. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Here's 1st down. Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Palmer. And the Chargers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Herbert to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Now Darnold.
He's going to let it fly. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10.
An inside give to Jones. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see.
Here comes 2nd down. Darnold. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a